What's happening? I've been recently practicing my handstands on the balance board and trying to figure out why it's so difficult. If you're interested in doing this trick, I would suggest you already know how to ride a balance board and do a handstand comfortably. Those are the obvious prerequisites. Here are some tips if you're trying to improve this skill. Tip 1. Place your hands shoulder width apart, just like you would for a normal handstand. This tip will make more sense when we start talking about tip number 2. It's common to think a wide hand placement would make more sense on a balance board, for stability, because the wide base of support equals more balance. Just like standing on 2 feet is easier than standing on 1 foot. But it actually makes it harder for you to move the board where you want it. Remember, the balance board probably requires more mobility than stability, and if you can't move the board or the roller where you want it, you're not going to be able to balance. Tip number 2 is be ready to adjust the board with the inside arm. So in a normal handstand, if you're falling to the left, you push harder with the left to go back to center. And if you're falling to the right, you push harder with the right. However, in balance boards, you're not necessarily pushing to move your body, you're pushing to move the roller or your base of support. This scenario just requires a different method to stay upright. As we spoke about in my balance board video, you essentially move the roller to the side that you're falling to. If you're falling to the left, you move the roller to the left. But to do that, you have to push down with the left arm more to get the roller moving to the side you want it, and then apply equal torque on each side of the board once the roller is in position. Again, the balance board is a seesaw. Torque is force times distance away from the fulcrum, and here the fulcrum is the roller. When the roller is in position to catch you when you're falling left, your left hand is much further away from the fulcrum compared to your right arm. Therefore, you have to apply more force with the inside arm because it is a shorter distance away from the fulcrum. This scenario never happens in a regular freestanding handstand where you always adjust with the outside arm, if you're falling side to side, which never really happens anyway. However, on a balance board, you have to be ready to adjust with the inside arm as well. This is why you don't want to place your arm super wide. It not only increases the amount of force you need to put on the inside arm, since the other arm is so much further away from the fulcrum and you need to match that torque, but you're not stacking your hands under your shoulders, which puts additional demand on your muscles. Tip 3 is how to bail. You're inevitably going to fall on the balance board. It's important to know how to fall. Now, this is interesting because I made a how to fall video for handstands in which I advocated mostly for somersaulting out.
Oh, don't do that. Ow.
However, handstands on a balance board are a different beast, and somersaulting out might not be the best way to dismount.
Nope.
There are so many more ways to fall if you're doing a handstand on a balance board. Remember these points. Always go down with the ship. Never try to take your hands off the board. Cartwheel out if you can. Make sure to do your best to avoid internally rotating that shoulder when you cartwheel, especially if you're falling towards your back. You can twist your shoulder around as you rotate on the board so this doesn't happen, which is different than if you're doing a freestanding handstand where this is not always possible. And get a spotter first. Not like me. I'm learning handstands on a balance board are a whole different beast than just regular freestanding handstands. Adjusting where you apply pressure and how you move your body is different to the point of if you're good with handstands and balance boards, you're not necessarily good at them together. Let me know if you have unique issues trying this trick, if you're brave enough to try it, that is. Please remember to subscribe and opt in for notifications if you can. Thank you all for watching, good luck, and I'll see you in the next video.